So as always, guys and gals, 11 o'clock Eastern Time, welcome back to our live trade room. I thank you all for hanging out with me today here. It's been one of those wacky Wednesdays in this live trade room. We know that we had a bunch of red flags that were really kind of hanging over us this morning. We talked about everything in tremendous detail today at 7:30, 7:45. Before we recap all the trades we've taken today, before we start answering all the questions here from our guests and our members, I do want to remind you guys and gals out there, if you're watching at home, that there is risk out there in these markets. We do a phenomenal job by using automated systems to manage that risk, by using a very detailed trading plan that's been proven over 10 years to be effective. So we have ourselves a great method that works on any market, any time frame, and we help our traders every day apply that to anything they want to apply to. Just remember, though, while you're learning, start slowly. There is nothing wrong about starting for the first couple of weeks in a demo account and then moving to a live account once you're properly trained. The key is using the trading plan. The key is being properly trained. Now, with that note, keep in mind this morning we began today with 3 red flags. The first red flag we got today was Wacky Wednesday. Wacky Wednesday, the Wednesday of OPEX, is classified by high amounts of unexpected volume, and then the market will slow right back down afterwards. On top of that, we knew that crude oil was threatening contract rollover today. We knew we had Bernanke in the microphone today at 10 o'clock. We also knew, of course, between Wacky Wednesday, between Bernanke and the microphone, contract rollover, we also knew that today was a Wednesday, which means what? Inventories on crude oil. So it was a smorgasbord, as they would say. Where does that word come from? What culture does that word come from? It sounds like the Dutch. Is it pronounced smorgasbord? I must be dating myself on that one. But we had a plethora, a potpourri of concerns today that were coming from all different directions. And so we used those concerns to kind of prepare. Right? To kind of prepare a little bit. And the attitude today was we're going to get in early, be ready early, but the reality is that we may not see anything at all. We were mentally prepared first thing this morning to take absolutely no trades today. We knew it would be a little bit slower because it is the summertime and it is contract rollover for crude, so we were wondering about that. We didn't have to wait that long. We had a fantastic example right out the gate this morning. We called this trade live in real time with exact entries, exact stops, and exact targets. And we got 2 for 2, 2 winners, 2 trade calls on the crude oil this morning. And weren't these just 2 great examples this morning on crude? The first trade was a perfect wave pattern. The second trade was not so perfect. And we watched it develop right in front of our own 2 eyes. We talked about it in real time. The first trade on crude was perfect. And we made our 39, our 40 ticks there, the first trade of the day. What a great way to start our Wednesday. Then the second trade on crude, same thing, a wave long, was not so perfect. That one cost me some cash on some slippage. We tried a 21 wave long. We had noticed after 10 o'clock, the market personality really, really changes. John, I'll be right with you, John. I have not forgotten about you, my man. It's on my Facebook page, John. I'll be right with you. And then, of course, news comes out at 10:30. At 10:30, demand number on crude was lower. We trade short because of that. We have a very specific strategy for trading crude oil inventories. We talked about that today at 10:15. We then noticed the sellers failing. We tried to get long here on crude as the sellers were failing. As you can see here, made a little bit, but we really didn't get a lot out of this day today as far as a lot of opportunities. We got some really great high percentage trades. As you can see, the fast tracks here made us some money. We went 3 for 3 on the fast track trade calls on crude. A fantastic day trading crude here considering the situation. And you'll notice there's one empty space here. We are still long the Russell right now. The Russell was also called live in real time with exact entries, exact stops, and exact targets. Right? We called the Russell here, gave you the exact entry, stop, and target on the Russell. It's been trading here higher. We're starting to think now this Russell's going to start to reverse here, though, because the speed is looking really sloppy. As you can see, there's no consistency at all in the speed right now. Well, there is. It's consistently slow. We know this day is supposed to be a little bit sloppier than normal. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my money right now in the Russell. I'm going to close out my position on the Russell, and I'm going to take my 20-tick runner and go home. Again, we've been trailing our stop here. We would love to think this thing will keep going, but we know better than to go trying to force trades here. Let's just be responsible, protect our capital, and you can see on this particular trade, I didn't get that big runner I was hoping for, but we did get the 02.4 long, 2.9, that's 5 times 2 is 10. 3.5, of course, now is a plus 16. So we got 10, we got 16. Okay, and then, of course, the 4 even, 2.4 to 3.4. 4.4 will be 20. That's a plus 17. That's not 16, is it? 2 to 3.4, that's 11, not 16. Glad I'm not teaching math. So we go 10, 21, 31, 38, another 380-tick winner on that Russell. So that completes my day here now as we wrap up our day here. A day filled with winning trades and also a lot of kind of sitting on hands here too, right? There was a lot of sitting on hands we had to do because there were periods where Bernanke was speaking. We had to wait for news to come out. It all began today with our prep. Our prep allowed us to prepare mentally, to prepare technically, and that way we were ready for whatever this day gave us. We went 2.9, that's 5 times 2 is 10, up to 3.5, that's 11. And then 4.0, of course, right? What was that? Plus 6 is a plus 17. Tally them all up, of course, and you've got another big winning day today. 38 ticks on the Russell for the wave long. We'll take $1,000 any day of the week, but on Wacky Wednesday, it just feels so much better. Now, as you can see here, that's going to be a 13 wave long. It is a fast track. New higher highs above the previous high of day, so we bought the pullback there. We bought the wave pattern. Excellent job today, everybody. Excellent work out there. You can see the fast tracks also did pretty darn well, too. The fast tracks didn't take that loss. They also didn't take that winner, though, either. So the fast tracks here are going to be a little bit different than the advanced today. Fast tracks make about 75 ticks here today. Again, I can't overemphasize the importance of how much we learned from that first few trades today on crude. We learned so much from crude today between 9:30 and 10. I really hope my members out there took notes and understood all that fun stuff we were talking about. Alrighty, I'm going to keep track of all my trades and my track record. The track record is uploaded every Friday into our advanced and our beginners membership courses. You can grab a copy of this master worksheet in the advanced course. Don't forget, if anybody wants a copy of our track record, if anybody needs more information about our automated systems, including the Auto Trader Max, please feel free to contact us directly. As always, it's great to have you guys and gals here with me today. We thank all the guests for taking the time out of your busy schedules. We know you guests have busy schedules and other trading gurus to go look at, so we appreciate you spending your time with us. We tend to think we are the absolute best place for you to earn and learn, and we hope we've earned your confidence today. Let's open the floor for questions. We had a couple more minutes for questions here before we wrap things up, and I look forward to finishing up the day on a good note.